My name is Janelle Hodge, and I am an 18-year-old business management major at the Fox School of Business. Now, this might seem like a very general field to study, but to me, I find it quite fitting simply because I get a little taste into all aspects of the business world. Now, I am one who enjoys a challenge simply because I feel like a person learns much more when they're in an intellectually stimulating environment. A challenge helps to broaden a person's perspectives, their views on certain ideas and situations that they encounter. And this can help them and benefit them in the long run simply because it can make them that top 20 percenter in terms of the competition that's around them. Now, according to my family, my peers, my friends, they all find me very musically inclined. And I am one to wear many different hats, so I find that fitting that they would say that. And what many don't see is the correlation between someone in the music industry and someone in the business world. Now, in order to be in the business world, you have to have focus. You have to have a vision. You have to set goals. You have to have patience and discipline in order to get what you want done and be successful. The same applies as with being a musician. In order for you to continue and strive for success, you have to have the patience. You have to have the work ethic. You have to set a goal for yourself. You have to do these different things, take these different steps in order to climb that ladder of success and be successful and accomplish what you set out to do. So with this advantage I hold in my back pocket, I feel that I already understand what it takes to be a hard worker, to set a dream, to set a goal, go after it, and get it accomplished. In terms of establishing goals and setting dreams and working hard to get those things accomplished, I would have to say that one of my greatest accomplishments thus far was being the president of my junior achievement company and leading them to victory. Now, Junior Achievement is an entrepreneurship program that enables high school students to establish a company from one simple idea and being able to present that idea and company in front of a panel of judges who select one team to represent the United States in the secondary round. And luckily, my team, my company, local promoters was chosen. Now, how did we get to this successful state? Well, we first started by going through Tuckman's model for group development. At first, we didn't really know each other as a group and we were very separated. And in order to fix that, we started off by forming relationships with each other. We broke the ice by doing little icebreakers. We were able to really establish a connection between us so that we can go forward and work better as a team. Secondly, we did some storming, which this is where we delegated roles as in who would be the president, who would be VP of HR, VP of production, VP of finance, VP of public relations, you name it. This is where we delegated those different positions and we established our core values. We established a culture within our company. We established a mission, a vision, a motto, and we use those and move forward together as a company. Thirdly, we did norming, which was basically at this point in time, we're able to put our company values before our own. Because at the beginning, we did have a lot of relationship conflict simply because that we weren't getting along. And I was able, as president, to limit the amount of relationship problems that we had and enable a lot of task conflict instead. And that really helped us as a team because we were able to, at that point, put what we valued within our company before our own personal values. And at that point, we realized that what we stand for in this company was very and truly important in order for us to become successful and take home that first place prize. And basically, my company, we established a brand, and this brand was entitled Control Change. The name of my company is Local Promoters, and what basically we were asking was for my our community to take a pledge in basically controlling the type of societal problems that we encounter every day. So whether that be through violence, social interactions, the loss of innocence, or the simple environment problems that we see every day, we was just asking our community to take a pledge through our brand that we entitled Control Change. Now we promoted our brand through the sales of t-shirts, which we've color coded to those same four distinct categories that I just listed. And I actually have an example, well, one of the products with me at this moment, and this is the front of the shirt, which said Control Change, and the back of the shirt, which had our logo on it, Local Promoters. And basically what we were able to do as a team was take one idea and watch it blossom into something so powerful that many of our community members were taking part in what we stood for and what we believed in, and we were just happy that we had their support. And really and truly, I feel like this was one of the greatest accomplishments that our group could really encounter, because we had that foot in the door, as in what it takes to run a business, operate a business, start with something so small as a simple idea and watch it blossom into something so incredible. And I feel like that's the greatest accomplishment of them all, because you worked hard for it. I mentioned work ethic earlier, and we had so much work ethic that we were able to come together as a company, put all differences aside, even though it took a lot of work. We put all differences aside and we pushed, and we came out successful in the long run. So I'm kind of excited for later on this month in November for us to compete against the other countries in the Dominican Republic, where the last competition will be held. Being a business student, I would have to say that the gate of learning never closes. We're constantly opened and exposed to new ideas, new perspectives, new bits of information that it basically depends on us deciding how we choose to use this bit of information and knowledge and apply it to our everyday lifestyles, whether it be in or outside of the business world. One advantage that I must say that I really admired learning about in class was checking the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal is basically comprised of all the information you possibly would need when entering the business world. You can constantly check updates for what's going on in the stock markets. You can check updates about the economy. And basically, checking the Wall Street Journal puts you on an advantage at the rest of your competitors, basically, because you have a broader perspective of what's going on within the business world, and that puts you ahead of others because you're able to incorporate what you've learned and incorporate what you're seeing going on within different businesses, and use that bit of information to set you ahead of other people. And I feel like that's a very great advantage to take very seriously when choosing to be a part of any business establishment. The Wall Street Journal is very great, and I feel like that's one of the best tips that I've had in class. So, also, I would have to say that learning about transformational leadership has also impacted me a lot, simply because I feel and heavily believe that everyone is a leader in their own way. And when we're in class and breaking down the different aspects of a transformational leader, it made me believe that even more. I believe that we have the power to change those around us, whether it be through individualized consideration, intellectual stimulation, idealized influence, or inspirational motivation. I feel like we all have the power to impact others in a good way. So, learning about transformational leadership really motivated me, I would have to say, to take a step further in terms of what I want to do later on, what I want to accomplish, and what I see myself doing in the future. And in Dr. Petrucci's class, I've gained a lot of self confidence in terms of setting a dream, setting a goal for myself in the future, and going after it. And that's all I could ask for.